Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. It is a pleasure to see you all here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Congratulations, Virite, on your first. It is lovely to see you, CodeCuber, Prodigal, Virite, Mothman, and all of you other lovely folks in the shadows. This is going to be a bit of an awkward one today. We're going to be checking out Little Survivors, which was a first game put up on Steam by a solo developer. Thank you to them for the key. We're going to put the Steam link in chat, but you can hear the music kind of cutting in and out. It does not continue when alt-tabbed, and there's no way to enable that. And it is full screen. Now, I say it is full screen, but if we go to the options menu, you can see we have a window option, but I have no way to change the size of the window. There's not a resolution thing here. I can't, like, drag in from the edges of the screen, so it's just kind of the size that it is. So I'm looking forward to checking this out here today. I hope you're all doing well. I'm glad that you're keeping busy, Virite, and doing well. Glad to see ya. And my goodness, here we are. So Little Survivors. This is a Bullet Heaven style Survivors-esque sort of game that is, I believe the plot is orcs have stolen your animals and you are going to now go full John Wick on them. Pretty much. You're going to rescue animals imprisoned by the evil Glurks. This is the first game of solo developer inspired by Franco-Belgian comics such as Asterix, Dungeon, Kid Paddle, and Game Over. Been definitely keeping busy. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Better than otherwise, right? So, there we go. Pin the Steam link for this. You can go check it out. Give it a wish list. I will give some heads up. This game is very gory. Watch our good friend Quantic Flux play just like a few minutes of it, and John Wick is not an unreasonable statement. In fact, this definitely beats out John Wick. Dermo, good to see you. How are you today? Welcome in. So, believe it or not, this is our opening screen. I launched the game, and we are taken straight here. Now, there was a version before this that had a different level. I opened the game up to, like, check out different sun hat with the black ribbon. You got it. Thank you for that hat redeem. There we go. Now we can officially start the stream. Hey, Pops, you can't jump. If you're gonna jump up, you gotta jump up all the way and say hi to chat, okay? Come on up. There you go. All right, say hi to chat. Say hello. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we doing okay today, Marvel? We all right? So I don't know if maybe I accidentally skipped the tutorial because I had to close. I clicked and it pushed me forward into like the map, which I didn't want to do. So I quit the game and reloaded it, and now we're here. So I don't know if it's like a randomly generated level or if I accidentally skipped a tutorial or something. Doing good. Had great trouble falling asleep yesterday after staying up late looking at job applications. Oh, gosh, Dermo, I totally hear you on that. Best of luck. I hope you're finding good options. I have been hearing more and more and more right now that the way to get a job right now in this market is relationships. And it's always been that way. Hey! Hey! Good boy, Marvel. Alright. Settle. So yeah, it's all in relationships. I've had 65 job applications sent out, not a single interview, and that echoes pretty much all of my associates who have also been laid off experiences right now. Just, man, applications are brutal right now. So anything we can do to invest in relationships, try and build up understandings and referrals with other people, That is the key way right now. Amir Satvat just posted an article saying, with like 2,600 placements in the games community, through his community, the trend that he has observed more than anything is that their placement was either started by or completely as a result of in-person networking. Which kind of sucks for people like me who don't like being in person. I don't like going to events. And there's not a huge game dev scene nearby me. I mean, we have a ton of gamers and a ton of game devs, but not very many studios anymore. They've all kind of vacated Utah for one reason or another. So it's tough to try and figure out how do we build those relationships with these other studios. Anyways, hope you're able to find exactly what you're looking for, Dermo. We're rooting for you. Okay, so let's jump into some analysis here on Little Survivors. This being our intro screen, obviously we're missing a main menu, right? That is a pretty big thing that we need to have built in. We talk a lot about main menus and starting screens. Automod halted that? Oh dear. At least I've been getting called the day after applying this time, but I was asleep when they called today. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Dermo. Oh shoot, that's a bummer. Ugh. Automod too smart for me. Too smart for me. Oh man, now imagine if Automod caught the call. So, barring the fact that we don't have a main menu, let's jump into our settings menu. So we have our options menu. We get a slight overlay here, which is nice. I would almost like this to be even more. We have resume, options, home. I have to click home. Oh. Well, why didn't it take me here to start off? I legit have not seen this screen before. Launched the game twice. Look. Character. Play chapter 1. Options? I don't know why we have these special characters to the side of options, but... Okay, enter and space are seeming to open a menu. Oh. Okay, so we're changing characters. Is this just visual? And then is this our clothes? Oh, we're going through presets. No, that makes sense. I mean, a full, wardrobe customizer would be intense. We'll just go with the default. And options isn't actually options. It just brings up the entire menu, I guess. So let's talk about those options. First off, resume and back. Back needs to be in the upper left. Resume needs to be down center. And it needs to be save rather than resume. Daniel Pancake, good to see you. Welcome in, friend. We have system and then special character /A. I don't know why this doesn't just say language and then game. So language should probably be last. And I would have system, then game, then language. We need padding here, right? So everything is very far indented on these labels, but then the buttons go right up against the side of the screen. So if we need to shrink those buttons in, give them some breathing room on the sides here so they're not right up against the edge. The buttons are nice and big and chunky, which tells me that this is getting ready for a mobile release, right? Because your tap targets are freaking huge. That's good. Good boy. We could use more padding between things. This is feeling pretty cramped. So I would bring some of that size in a little bit, right? And then give it some more breathing room, just so you feel a little more comfortable when you're hitting the buttons. And then up top we have our headers. These feel like buttons. They have the same sort of shadow styling that the other buttons have, so this feels like a button, but it's not a button. So an easy fix for that, frankly, is having this color here. First off, equal padding top and bottom. But outside of that, not having this shadow color be rounded and just having it be square all the way across, so now it's a border instead of a shadow, all of a sudden fixes that problem. We also need padding on the buttons. You can see Portugal is hitting pixel to pixel against the sides. So just give it some breathing room once again. Give it some more space. That would be very helpful. Okay. Great. And those are some quick and easy ways to make this breathe and feel a whole lot better. All right. We have this kind of character-based UI, which is always fun and interesting to see. I wouldn't mind some hovering labels on here, right? So having look bouncing up above the wardrobe and have character bouncing up above the beds. Maybe even having the alternative character lying in bed, and then you hit this thing and that character jumps out of bed and your not used character jumps into bed, right? These are ways that we can kind of communicate to the player what is going to happen before they even step into it. And sometimes you want the surprise, but you don't really want the surprise in the menu, right? I do think this idea of a menu is cute, and we've seen this pulled off really well in other games. And honestly, I'm thinking a lot of Zaf's AB that he did for the 2-button theme for the solo Game Dev Jam. And I think this can work really well. But we just need a little bit more hints as to what it is that's going on. So we've got the animals here. They're bringing in a little bit of movement. That's good. As always, we could do with a little bit of foreground here, but also that's kind of not the style of the game. We could maybe talk about game style here, but I want to jump into the game before we get into that. Oh, and then also options, because first thing I was doing when I came into here was looking around for options. It was very hard to find it. So that little Game Boy down there was not communicating that clearly enough for me. All right, let's get in and play this game. Little guy gives Wii Avatar vibes. Language codes should save room in that menu. EN-UK, etc. I could see that. Yeah, so EN-UK and then... I mean, I could totally see that. Also, yeah, we have Latino America here. Why is the parentheses not underneath every single time? Like, if you're going to format it that way, put the parentheses underneath every single time. It's going to save you a bunch of room. All right. Okay. Play chapter 1. So it does seem like these levels are randomized. Having some sort of an intro, like, effect here would be helpful. Even if it's just like a curtain pulling away, this kind of feels like a stage to me because we have this square here, right? This green square, and that is our play space. And then we have this big white thing. So it's very comic-y, right? And they said that it is inspired by Asterix and all these other kind of Franco-Belgian comics. Happy International Music Day, everyone. Wow, nice, Daniel. Speaking of music, it is a little bit kind of monotonous. I would like a little more variety in that music. But it does match the theme. Everything just feels kind of lumbering and awkward, not in a bad way, in an intentional way. It feels intentionally like oblong, like the shape of the orc's head is just very, right? It seems very intentional in that regard. Hey! That's not okay. Good job, guys. Alright. So I'm assuming if I start hitting WASD, I will be able to walk into the frame and start interacting with things. Can I stay out of the frame? Okay, whoa, look at those particle effects on the feet. That's interesting. Why am I all of a sudden kicking up electric things? Okay, so okay. So I now have 2 puppies. Is this... Jeez. Great. We did it. Okay, so... enter, shift, control, space. All of these things seem to do the same thing, which is kind of just activate the dog, right? We now have the corners of the page getting lifted up a little bit. revealing 2 different hearts. I'm assuming this is us choosing which pathway to go, and that if we pick one of these, we will either heal one or gain one. I hope it's gaining like 1 max health. For the first level, it would be very helpful to have those things be separate icons, separate icons, so it's a little more clear that it's a choice. And in fact, you could even, on this paper that's pulling up, you could have some sort of an arrow, like pointing to it, right? Really indicating, hey, player, move here, right? Do I need to walk into this guy? Oh! And then that added a dog on the left side there. Okay, interesting. So you have to rescue the animals and interact with them, walk over them, in order to pick them up. Okay. Alright, well, let's go over here. So we did get that page turn effect. That was nice. I would have liked that on the very first screen going into here. And then a sound effect would be nice. And then there were some things to tighten it up. It looked like some things weren't quite getting wiped out and brought in with the right timing, just to ease that up a little bit. Okay, so we've got our 2 puppers here. I can't move past here, but... Great. Oh, and this heart on the ground, if you see that behind the trees, it's 3D. It's 3D and like cell-shaded and moving around. Interesting, because the hearts we have in the UI are very specifically 2D, so... Not totally sure why there's that discrepancy. It feels like we should maybe use that 3D model up there as well. Because it feels like it's even a different shade of pink. But maybe this is a weird perspective thing. And it is the 3D model. It's just a screenshot. It's just a PNG of it. And that's making it feel a little bit off. Okay. I'm going to go with the question mark here. Because it seems like it was a... a heal rather than a gain 1 max, right? So we'll pick up the question mark. We don't need health. We're able to exit the frame once you step in. Looks like no. So once you step in, so you kind of pick an entry point and then you're locked in. That's interesting. Also, the particle effects are gone. The like blue lightning stuff is gone and we are replaced with donut smoke rings, which are delightful. Reads more like a hook to me. Oh, I can see that. Test the overlay. Shoot, I gotta turn that off. We were working on that yesterday. Working on the overlay. Hold on. Which we did get working. The hat is now like 40% done. The hat redeem. There we go. That's turned off. Okay. Yeah, let's go over here. Also, transparency on the like face side of the paper, it's curling up, and the stuff on the back makes sense to be white, but the stuff on the face should stay transparent and show the texture underneath. I understand that might cause some problems because it looks like it gets maybe a little bit bigger than the... Well, no, it's smaller. It's smaller than the screen space. So yeah, make that part transparent. Because right now it just feels a little out of context. Good settle. Okay. Seems functional, so good job, yeah. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot more to juice it up and everything. So we can go all the way around. We have the blue sparks back again. Can we walk on the logo? Interesting. You know, I'm not convinced the logo really needs to be here for every single level. It feels like maybe we could have unique names for the levels, and that could get brought in here, right? To introduce a little bit of variety. That could be kind of fun. Okay. I'm also missing my dogs on the left, and I don't know if they are gone, or if they, like, spawn in when I walk into the level. Lay down, bro. Lay down. Just settle. All right. There we go. Now we have dogs. I was a little worried that maybe they had disappeared. So they're on a cooldown. I like that they diegetically show that they're on cooldown. That's nice. Let's go get the question mark. Oh! We got a sheep. A level 1 sheep. What does that do? Okay, well, let's go for more question marks, I guess. And it looks like the trees on the bottom right are clipping through it. So once again, make that thing transparent and then get those trees, get the right alpha layer showing up on all this. Add a white plain background for the space where the reward is so that it'll stand on top of stuff like the trees and stuff. I would assume is how it's built. It would be a good solution for it, but... All right, so we got a random sheep. I don't know what the sheep does. Let's go figure it out. There's only one dude here. It does seem like we're not scaling up very quickly. So, like, I have next to no challenge. Oh, we got a fox. So I don't know what these are doing for me, which is a bit problematic. Normally, like in roguelikes, when you get some new relic or power-up or something, it puts a little window up that says, hey, you got the sheep. The sheep will do this. You got the fox will do this. We're missing that right now, so we have to kind of explore things manually. I'm also seeing orcs with red eyes and yellow eyes, and I don't know if that is going to indicate some meaningful difference in behavior or not. I know. Good girl. Good girl. All right. But it does seem pretty easy right now to just kind of... Okay, there we go. Now we can get through here. Just kite dudes around. I mean, we kill them in one shot. Hold on a second. All right. Here we go. And... Oh, no, they missed. They missed. Okay, so he chases after the sheep. Still not sure what the foxy does. Presumably nothing. All right, let's go for another question mark. So this is the big thing that I'm saying. I mean, there's some visual polish things to be worked on, but the biggest thing that I'm encountering right now is communication. And like, what does level 1 mean? How is this going to scale? Is it going to scale on cooldown time? In effectiveness? In radius? And, you know, I presume we'll find out when we get to level 1, but I guess I'm pointing it out to say it's a little strange to me. Oh no, they both missed. Shoot. Oh gosh, okay. I know! The dogs need to come help, huh, Artemis? Ah. No, we missed. Gosh dang it. Game over. Text too far apart. That bright red is really hard to read on the background. And there's no call to action. I have nothing to drive me forward. All right, next. Let's try again. Bark, yes. Good to see you, Karazest. Artemis, sit. Let me see. I don't know why you guys don't like being here so much. Look at all this food you're getting. Look at all these treats. All right, let's try this again. Overall, I like the combat mechanic of the pulling the dogs toward you, right? We really loved that in Kobu, the tree spirit, with the lightning orbs. It's that really great mechanic from the ball character from League of Legends. Like, it's a really fun way to interact with things and forces a lot of positional awareness, which is really clever. It's a really strong thing of Survivors games to have positioning as like their main mechanic that you interact with, right? Vampire Survivors, you make choices on your level ups, and then you position. That is all you do. And so having the combat directly tied in with positioning, I think, is a really, really smart idea. Why is today being so hard, huh? All right. Let's go over here, knock this guy out. There we go. And there we go. I think the bee might be another attack. Oh, we have a whale. Did it just murk the dog? Okay, all right. So overall, it also feels like there's not a lot of incentive to destroy the pillars, other than gaining a little bit of extra mobility, which is good, but they seem to serve mostly as obstacles for the dog. Get him. There we go. All right. Whale, can you come break this for me? Thank you. Oh, we got another bee. We have 2 bees now. Level 2. Great. Some little particle effect there on the bee, and like a pickup sort of effect would not be amiss. All right. Once again, communicate more with the player. Communicate to them something is happening, what is happening. Make it very transparent what it is that's happening. And then as well, I'm noticing on the hearts up above, they're not lined up with the top of the player, nor are they centered, so it feels a little awkward. Honestly, I would probably align them to the bottom and push that player frame, squeeze it in a little bit, because the player icon isn't really giving me any information, but the hearts are. So squish that player portrait in. So it's smaller, and then aligned with the top border of the play area, and then push those hearts down so that the hearts are even closer to where the player can easily reference them. Same thing with the attacks, essentially, the animals that you've released, right? In fact, I want all that. I want my relics, which are the bees and the whales and stuff, and I want the dogs and everything that I've freed. I want all that present here. Just, you can gray it out, right? Just make it semi-transparent, and that communicates to the player, hey, this isn't turned on yet, but as a reminder, here's what you have, which is important because you do get to pick your own entry point here, right? And if you are struggling to remember things because you have a terrible memory like me, it's helpful. All right. Oh, and we are going into ads. So we'll go ahead and take a quick ad break. We'll be right back with more runs of Little Survivors. I think this is being some great discussion. Once again, thank you to the developer for being willing to put this in front of the community so we can talk about it and learn from it and grow together. I'm learning a lot about subtle ways to kind of communicate with the player and making sure that things are being present and accounted for, and that really cool integration of positioning into the combat, I think, is very, very clever. So with that, we're going to jump into ads. What's your favorite animal? For me, 100% bears. If I could have a pet bear, I'd have a pet bear in a heartbeat. All right. We'll see you after this break. Thanks for hanging out. Cats. Good one, Fuzzy Buzzy. Okay. Welcome back. Let's get back into this, shall we? So yeah, I think I figured out part of why I feel the music needs a little more variety. There are some loops it goes through. Bum bottom, bum bottom. Normally you get like 3 to 5 loops. It seems like that one goes on for like 20. that might be the thing that is hitting me hard. But by no means am I a composer or a musician, so take that with a huge grain of salt. Yeah, so we've got this. See, that's satisfying. That's really nice. We've got this 5 here, right? I'm assuming this is level 5, but then level 3 bees. Jeez. It's disconnected from everything, and it's also right up against the bottom of the screen, right? It's cute that you start there, but you also don't even see that that is the level amount until you leave. So I do think it would be a lot more effective if that level number were brought up to where this logo is, and then there was some sort of logo or text of the level, right? Or even just replacing the logo. I don't think the logo is really doing much for you. Solo Dev's first Steam release. Congrats to this dev. That's huge. Absolutely, Endo. And this is coming from someone who has also released on Steam. So, absolutely. Endo speaks the truth. Huge congratulations. They have made something better than I have ever made. That is for sure. So. Whoa, there we go. Good job, Whale. Oh my gosh. Ooh, bees. Nice. There we go. Overall, it is seeming a little, I don't know, I say it's easy and then I, just get murked. So it's also a little confusing that picking up a heart pickup gives you an extra health, but then, oh, you know what? I'm realizing I had a wrong mental dynamic. My mental model was if I picked the heart, and this is carried through from the very beginning, if I picked the heart, I should have an extra heart. I don't know why. I didn't take it as a reward for beating the stage. I thought that was the reward I would get for picking it, right? So instead of after, it's before. I may be the only one to have experienced that. So I'll take that with a big grain of salt. Hey, new enemy type. Awesome. Armored. I'm assuming these guys are going to take 2 hits now. Yeah. Okay. Great. Bees. Whale dog. Nice. It's a very slow-paced Survivors which is interesting. Also, I like what they've done here. This is something that I've been trying to think of a lot how to do, is bring the math down in your game. Unless you are very mathematically inclined, right? And you're very confident in your ability to communicate that. Make your math small. So the basic orcs take 1 hit to kill. The shielded orcs take 2 hits to kill, and it's very clearly communicated diegetically with the shield being present or not, right? Very easy. Swap hats, CodeCuber. You got it. I need to build this in for that too. We'll go Grey Toque. Is this going, or having the game title in the actual game is something I haven't seen before. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? So they are going for to answer your question of is this going for a storybook aesthetic, it is going for, it says in the description on Steam, inspired by Franco-Belgian comics such as Asterix, Dungeon, Kid Paddle, and Game Over. So I really feel like the Asterix and Obelix sort of influence here. And, oh no, the bees, they start so low on the cooldown. All right, good, bees, good job. Yeah, I don't know what the fox does. Oh, Omega Bee. Oh gosh. Good job, bees. Bees are MVP. Oh, wasps? Is this upgraded bee? Ah, crap. Get him. Get him. Whale seems good, but also really hard to make actually hit anything. Because it seems like it drops on your position, and you kind of don't want to be in the same position as the bad guys. Okay. Unless the whale maybe gets bigger as it levels up. I could see that. I am excited to see how these creatures keep on growing, I will say. And I'm starting to get to this point where, like, I'm feeling kind of strong. I'm feeling like we're getting a lot of attacks out, which is definitely the hardest part about the game so far, is just it's really slow. Also, bonus points for getting an actual fox sound. Foxes sound very spooky. Ooh, level 4 bees. There we go. Nice. Get Shrek'd. Oh, max level bees. Now we get a max. That's good. I like that we're getting some sort of indicator that, hey, you're not going to find any more bees. Stop looking for them, right? Especially, I don't think this is the case, but especially if there was some way that I could try and pick bees or, like, spend resources to look for bees. It's good to know that we're cut out there. Nothing here. Is this gonna be a boss fight? We're having too long of an intro here. Is it bugged? Kind of feels like it might be bugged. But I have no real way of knowing. So if they were going to have this be a boss fight, having some sort of cool intro visual effect would communicate that, and then if the boss didn't spawn, then I'd kind of know. Of course, that's a bit niche. It could be that the boss has an intro animation that would communicate it, and because the boss didn't spawn, it's not there. I don't know. Let's try going home, and then can I, like, continue my run? No, we start over from the scratch. Darn it, that's such a bummer. Bees seemed really good. Okay, hold on. Speaking of dogs, hey, why are you being so barky today? What's going on? What's going on? You too, Marvel? At 2? Go ahead and lay down. Lay down. Good dog. Okay. Come on, there we go. Now, one big bummer is trying to open these statues after we're all done, right? I kind of wish I just had cooldowns off for the active pets, at least. Or all the collectible stuff just automatically gets picked up when you're done. Because I have yet to be in a position, bees, I have yet to be in a position where I wouldn't want to pick some of this up, right? Not sure how I feel about having so much white space. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I mean, it's definitely an aesthetic, right? I think if some, like, sort of chalk lines were stamped into the border, so they weren't just a crisp, clean black border, but maybe looked a little more hand-drawn, that could maybe support that feeling. But then as well, I wouldn't mind, honestly, having the next panels of the comic represented on screen, right? So the one you just came from be to the left and be a little faded out, and the one that you are going to next being a little bit faded out on the right. And of course that makes it a little bit difficult because you're picking from 2 different possible panels. So that idea wouldn't really work, but you kind of get the idea, right? There may be a way to take down some of that white space, although I am a big fan of white space, and I do think it's an interesting aesthetic. I think the problem is just it's so white, right? I think it's probably pure white. No, it's not pure white, actually, because I'm seeing pure white on my menu bar. So this is a slightly beigey white. Let's go to Figma real quick. Hold on, where's Figma? There it is. There it is. All right. And then Chrome. Where are we at? Here we go. Cool. Here we go. So we have 238, 238, 238. So that is not white, but it feels really white. And I'm glad that it's off-white, right? Could you imagine if the entire thing was this blazingly white? That'd be a little rough. It's also reducing so much of the play space. Yeah, but I think that's intentional. I think that's actually intentional on the part of the developer, and I wouldn't get rid of that part. I think the play space constriction reinforces the importance of positioning, which is super important for Bullet Heaven games. That is like the main gameplay interaction method, right? But I think that feeling of being overwhelmed by the whiteness could be supported. Like maybe you could have some sort of a vignette or a gradient, or the icons that we have for our bees and our dogs and our health and everything, instead of being on a transparent background, make them a little more bombastic, make them a little more comic-y, right? Bring some color into there to black out a little bit more of that space. In our world where gamers especially are so heavily inclined to dark modes, that feels like a pretty important thing. Also, I just noticed that the blue sparkles are to indicate, are to indicate, oh no, that you are not in the frame yet. So that's actually clever, I can see that. Feels like, once again, maybe that's a good spot for a vignette or something to communicate you are in a special state right now. Because now that I've learned it, I understand what the blue sparkles are. But it took me a while to learn it, right? All right. So, and this is why having that play space reduced is important, because you can pick your entry point, right? Wasn't there some like Call of Duty game where that was a big feature of their single player campaign, is you get dropped into an open level and then get to just go to town? So what is that frog doing? I don't understand. Can I like wake all the frogs up and get something special? Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Giant death trap frog, sure. The art is awesome and very consistent. Yeah, I agree. It definitely feels like they had a vision and they executed on it, you know? So these are like traps I can lead him into. I can wake him up and then drag him in. But it seems like it... How do you get them to actually trigger? Because they just walk naturally past it before you're able to find it. All right, level 2 bees. Let's go more relics. The question mark being a statue and then there's an animal inside is also a little bit weird. I'm loving how much of this game is diegetic. As a UX designer, I really like that the world state is being communicated through the world state. I think that's a really cool... This question mark thing feels like a bit of a miss to me. Like maybe it could be a crate or something with a question mark, or a statue that is a little more evocative than a question mark to say like, oh, you're summoning some power instead of freeing the animal from a statue, right? Instead of they are contained inside of it, it is you are leveraging some mystic power to summon them or something, right? I think there could be a little bit more consistency there in terms of theme. But yeah, the art style, it's very clear they're trying to achieve something, and I think they did a very good job, especially for a solo developer, right? I'd be very happy if I was able to make art like this. And then kind of kiting your dog all the way around the place is a little bit annoying at times. And I've noticed I haven't gotten any other opportunities to get more animals. I've only been getting the relics. And like, the relics are strong, but it does feel weird to me. It feels like my main mechanic is supposed to be the dogs, and then these relic sort of bees and everything are the secondary mechanic. Oh, why did it stop me there? It didn't used to stop me there. That was weird. And come get me. All right. We're in desperate need of more health. Yeah, I walked through it just fine right there. I wonder why that was being weird. Oh, and we got a fox, which I still do not understand. All right. We just got to perfect this level. It's fine. Look how easy this one's going to be. Bees, bees, bees. Come on. Gosh. Nice. There we go. There we go. Yeah, like, don't make me walk all the way around these trees just to get the heart. Like, just hoover it into me. Is there any reason why it shouldn't just hoover in? Maybe there's something about it later in the game that would make that. Also, is this bottom right one accessible? Oh, it is. Okay. I was wondering if those trees were going to completely block it off. And puppy. There we go. Bees. Oh, God, that cooldown is so long. Oh, I missed. Oh, the fox gun? Is the fox a landmine? Okay. Well, there we go. We got level 2 fox. Whatever that's going to do for me. Let's get some more health. Get a little bit of a safety net. There we go. Foxy? Yeah, fox eats that, I guess. No! I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Great. So that's a bummer. Once again, hoover the items in, especially to avoid stuff like that, right? Like, I just lost that whole reward for that level because I just happened to be where the page turned up at the time of level completion, which is a bummer. You don't want someone feeling bad that they finished the level. We're on level 10, which is where we died, or not died, but crashed last time. There we go. I would also make it so you don't whistle unless you're off cooldown, right? So don't whistle unless you're off cooldown. Instead, give some other very, very, very subtle sound effect. All right, we need more health. Oh, this is such a bummer. We're needing so many health. Okay, here's a boss that just has the reward hanging out. Oh my gosh. So I'm looking for the diegetic health indicator of the boss. Silly Looney Tunes sound effects. Okay, get him, Fox. The fox seems so bad against this boss. Come on, get him. Like, how much health does this thing have? Okay, so we're in the second phase, I guess? I would love some sort of indicator of boss health. That's always a bit of a pet peeve of mine when bosses don't communicate what state they're in. It also seems like their iframes extend a bit beyond the redness that he gets into. Because when I'm going up against a boss, I really like to know when I can take some more risks or not, right? Dead? Great. Defeat Omoglax achievement. Oh. Okay. Then we got Animal Lover achievement. Hold on, what are these achievements? So was that a full run? Animal Lover. Pet one of your animals. I don't know how I did that. All right. Bring a secondary animal to max level. We got the Super Pet achievement. 8.3% of players get that achievement. So that's interesting, actually. That tells me that not a lot of people are... being able to go for the relics. They're needing to go for more health. That's interesting. That kind of communicates something about the difficulty, right? And I don't know if that is matching the pacing that the designer is hoping for, but it's an interesting thing to note. Now, we do have a different picture up there. We have like a Minotaur that's different from before. We have Chapter 2. Is there a way I can play Chapter 1? Ah, okay. So we just swap it out. Okay. The static sound effect is happening before the visual changes, which seems a little bit off. It feels like we're not getting as much correlation to the cause. Personally, I would swap the visual and the audio so that the visual happens and then a split second later the audio happens instead of the vice versa. But that's just me. All right. Chapter 2, let's go. So, is this going to be like ascension levels? We have... Oh, wait, you're running away. Oh, okay, so that's a get him fast sort of deal. Okay. Redeemed Mighty Lurking Mode. Right on. Thank you, Prodigal. Now we have a wolf, which leaves a poison trail? Okay, so it seems like straight up better than the dog. Hold on, let's compare cooldowns on these. So, go. Yeah, the wolf is slightly faster. And it has that trail. I'm wondering if that trail is going to hurt things if it walks through. Are we going to start seeing a lot more difficult enemies as well? Are we going to see greater enemy variety? Because we've kind of only seen 2 enemies. Granted, the runs are super small, but still. I guess we can go over here to start off with and pop that. Oh, they can't come through there. Interesting. Come get him. Oh, it's a frost. It's a frost effect. Okay. Okay, interesting. I don't know why that pillar is there in the corner. See, now I don't have any relics yet, so I have to, like, kite my dudes all the way around the map. Which is annoying, given the really long cooldowns. Alright, here they come. Get wrecked. Alright. There's also some weirdness with the path link. Sometimes I can move through these, sometimes I can't. It's almost like the base is still an object that I can't walk into. Oh man. Yeah, we need the destruction of these things to be a lot easier. And moving your animals around a lot simpler. Because right now, it does feel like the game largely rewards relics rather than the animals, which seems a little awkward to me. It seems like it should be the other way around. Now, I am glad when you get through a level. Oh, you can walk through trees when you finish a level. Lovely. Great. So we got the whale. I do want to see what a leveled up whale is. All right. Let's go over here. Freeze? Oh, you don't get frozen? I guess because he took damage and was in an invuln state? Maybe? Ooh, that's a new buddy. What are you? Come on, get him. Get him. Oh, nice, the whale got him. Nice. Armadillo? Demon monster thing? Is that the Bible from Vampire Survivors? Basically, he's just gonna roll around me and deal constant damage, because I'm super okay with that. What? Excuse you? Alright, those teal things need to be red. Well, I guess because you have so much blood, maybe that would be a little bit more difficult to read. But teal does not communicate danger, right? Teal is actively being used for frost, not giant rock falling down. Get the heck away. All right. Great. So we got a fox. We got a landmine. Are the dogs an active ability? Yes, the dogs are your active attack. So you press a button and the dogs will zoom towards you on the left. So the dogs on the left. The animals on the right, like the whale, the armadillo, the fox, those are passive weapons. And orbital, yeah. All right. So I'm wondering if actually our armadillo friend is only here because it's chapter 2. Like, I'm kind of curious about this. Good job, fox. Well done. Oh man, that's so frustrating. Like, they can just get stuck on a tree. It just feels so bad. And to know that there's not really a way to get them out of that without some real positioning magic. Get them. All right, there we go. We already got the heart. Ooh, let's get another active. We haven't done any actives. We haven't done very many actives. Enemy variety is good so far. Yeah, they're definitely introducing some more in this level, in this second chapter with the stone throwers and everything. No! Stuff didn't spawn again. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, that's a really bad bug. That's gotta get fixed. Let's try this again. Chapter 2. Because I believe the developer mentioned to me that there are 3 chapters, I think. So I wanna get through the... Oh, shoot. I just noticed the dude with the cage. Shoot. All right. Next time, we gotta keep an eye out for that guy. I do like that you can get the rewards in the middle of the match. That's pretty cool. That if you're clever, you can get a level up in the middle of the fight. That feels good. Let's sneak over here. See if we can get more than one guy. 2. I'll take 2. I'll take 2. Oh, dog. All right. Hit the landmine. No! Go away so fast. All right, come on. Landmine, 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 landmine. No, he got distracted by the sheep. Shoot. There we go. All right, we got our armadillo back. Alpha! Good to see you, friend. How are you doing today? It has been ages? Has it been ages? Actual ages. Good to see you, Alpha. Welcome in. What you been up to? How's life treated you so far? Yeah, once again, I do like the diegetic nature of a lot of this. I think there's a lot of clever design in here. It's very simple, so the diegetic nature isn't getting in the way of the player experience, but instead is communicating what needs to be done. That's because of the simplified paired back design. It's very easy to not have that simplified design. Hold on. What just happened? What just happened? Oh, we have ads starting in just a sec. Hydrate. You got it, Alpha. Thank you. You turned 16 last month and started game design. Big congrats, Alpha. What do you mean you started game design? Are you building your own game? And we are jumping into ads. So we'll go ahead and take a quick ad break. On that note, swap hats. You got it. On that note, our ad break question is going to be, are you working on anything? How's it going? That's our ad break question. All right, welcome back. Started your game design college course. Tremendously exciting. Working on your vertical slice. It's super close to being done. Gonna use it to tweak AI and feel out the game, make sure I find the fun. That's awesome, Endo. Huge congrats. I can't wait to see it when you get to that point. Holy cow. That is so exciting. Making that jump from 2D to 3D is absolutely massive. Working on a ton of stuff, mainly working on my college course, yep, and working on trying to get into the gym and working out. Very nice, very nice. Physical fitness helps with mental fitness 100 billion%. You know, I've talked with doctors a lot about, you know, trying to get my ADHD medication balanced in and everything, and I've heard repeatedly and experienced in my life the best medication we have for ADHD is cardio exercise. And I'm not saying you have ADHD alpha, I'm just saying I agree with Endo that physical fitness is a scientifically proven huge boost to mental wellness. All right. Although college over here in the UK, I think is still like high school in America. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Grab a woof. I like that we're getting more animals like with more status effects. Ooh, did I just get hit? I didn't think I was close to there. There we go. Get Shreks. We got the animal. Let's go Relic. We got 2 health left. It's fine. We got 1 more health than we need. Oh, and everything's all locked up. Oh, except for this guy. So we'll get rid of your shield. Call the dog. There we go. What happens if I call both dogs over here? Will one break through the pillar and the other one kill the guy? Or will they both smash into the pillar at the same time? Okay, there we go. Surprise! What's that achievement? Kill a Glurk caught unawares. Okay. There we go. Got him. What's our relic this time around? Level 2 sheep. Is that just going to extend the time that it's alive, I would imagine? Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. We don't want both of them out. All right, there we go. Let's see here. 2D to 3D was an absolute leap. Took at least 6 months to change my mindset. I think I'm finally there, man. Good for you. And you're doing this in Unity, right? I hope by the end of the course that I can make that wrestling game I really wanted to make a while ago. Because we go through everything from engines to GDDs to how games companies research. Oh, cool. I'm a big research nut. Which is something that we haven't talked about yet on the channel, really. And I've been looking for excuses to talk about here's how to do a good playtest that will yield relevant insight-generating data. So I am really curious to hear what they say about how to perform research on your games. That was one of my heavy emphases as a product designer, was research. So super duper cool. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for you. There we go. Got him. All right. Whale, great. Let's go for another buddy. What's better than 2 attacks? 3 attacks. Okay, yeah, go get the sheep. The sheep does seem slightly worthless. I'm not gonna lie. Especially if you have the fox. Like, you actively don't want the sheep and the fox together, because the sheep will lead people away from the fox. My course is equivalent to a level in college, so yeah, I have a ton of work I need to do for this game to come to light. Nice! Unity, I'd say the biggest advantage of 3D is the ease of animation. I'm giving my enemies so many more attacks because I don't have to draw them pixel by pixel. Yeah, I understand that, you know, especially when you can go online and find some, you know, 3D animations and just plug them onto any model that's rigged correctly and you're done, right? That is a big change, and it's why stuff like spine and everything is kind of a really big deal for game dev. And it's something that I think AI is going to be able to play a good role in eventually, of assisting with 2D animation. Ooh, new guy. Are those symbols or shields? Okay. I had the priority. Kill a Glurk charger during his charge. Well, there you go. Precious health. Finish a level without using your main animal. Okay. You definitely need more health. What do we have now? Level 3 sheep. Okay, great. I don't know how much that's really going to help. I'm not going to lie. I'm not thrilled about sheep. Okay. Armadillo. Nice. Got him. All right. Got our health. A dash would not be amiss, I'm realizing. Because you are really slow. Level 2 armadillo. We have 2 level 2 armadillos now? There we go. Fox got him. I don't know if that's a bug or not, that we got an extra armadillo. That is also level 2. Nice. So there is, I will say, now that we've been playing this for a little bit, I do feel there is an aesthetics mismatch. I've been trying to withhold on talking about the gore. I think that it is definitely eye-catching, and the juxtaposition, contrast, will generate attention. But we're getting massive blood spurts, but then still cutesy sound effects. And I think if you're going to go massive gore, I think you also have massive gore in the sound design. And right now it's just kind of woo, right? It doesn't match up. It doesn't cohere together. What does the sheep do? They distract. So they will draw, they'll draw the Glurks over to it instead of me. But it lasts for such a short amount of time. It kind of feels a little less than helpful, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, these dogs, dude. It's so hard to break the obstacles with your main animals. Because they just get caught on those trees. Maybe having some sort of... that's a bummer. See, I didn't know he was going to run into stuff. Having some sort of aiming indicator might be helpful. Like, you can hold in the spacebar or your attack button to get lines drawn to you, little dotted lines, to indicate what is the trajectory your animals are going to be taking. I think that would help me very, very much to be able to know, am I running into a wall? And then, like, have, like, a big BAM icon, a POW icon, to say, hey, this is where this animal is going to actually land. That would be super helpful for me. Another thing I'm realizing that would not be amiss, that we see in a lot of other games is... Ooh. Oh god, this is getting pretty nutty. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We need the impact warning to be on top of the trees. I have taken 2 hits this round somehow. Oh. There we go. Got him. Like, it's so easy to lose track of where everything is. Come on, whale. Oh, it didn't hit the dude? Oh, I'm gonna die. Come on. Golly. I've only got 1 health. This is bad. Get him. All right. I guess we get another fox, level 3 fox. So, what I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah, for level selection, instead of just walking into it and it triggers, give me a little wind up. Give me a little, like, filling circle to say, like, are you really sure you want to be doing this, right? I don't know how I just died. That's a bummer. Oh, crap! You're so fast! Doing this again. jerk. How are you supposed to get to him? Dude. I am gunning for it. Right out of the gate. Got him. Woo! Give me that achievement. Catch the Mad Glurk, 8.3%. It gave me a heart instead of a fight. And I can't seem to activate my dude anymore. Uh-oh. I can't. All right. Hey, enough with the barking, please. Good. Touch. Good boy. If I take a damage, there we go. I had to take a damage in order to earn it. Hey, we've got enough barking in this game. We don't need more barking. Timing is so tight. Yeah, I was about to say you can't get him. Yeah, that's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. Let's go for a rug. Hey, enough. What, do you want to come up? You want to come up? Come on up. There you go. Come say hi. Come say hi to chat. Yeah. There we go. I know, we're playing a game about dogs, and I'm barely even petting you. Not you, too. Come on. All right. Jump on down. Good doggo. He is a good doggo. When he's being a good doggo. When he's not being a good doggo, he's definitely not being a good doggo. Got him. Nice. Oh, and get it? Good. Okay. We got hornets. Which is great, because hornets are honestly really strong. I'd be fascinated to see what a level 4 hornet does. Because it gives you 4 extra attacks. B gives you 1, granted it's in the direction you aim, but 4 extra hurt boxes shooting out from you routinely. I mean, that's huge in this sort of a game when cooldowns are so long. I was previously watching on my phone. Watching on the computer, the white space isn't as big as I thought. Oh, interesting. That's interesting that perspective shifted there. Oh, it's these dudes. I hate those dudes. And where do they throw the rocks? It doesn't seem like they're actually aiming at you. They're just kind of throwing it random places. Which I guess is fine. I mean, I've definitely been hit by the rocks before. But when they're all by their lonesome, they're really the opposite of threatening. Alright, where do we want to start over here? Let's start right here. Grab you. Get you. Nice, got him. See, and now I have the dog on the other side of these trees. Like, that dog is just gonna stay there. Like, dog ain't gonna do nothing for me here. Like, maybe make trees take 2 hits to get rid of instead of 1, just to try and avoid that problem of getting stuck. Because it does feel like I get stuck on them. Just all the time. Alright, so if you hear some snarling, it's because the dogs are playing. Ouch. Alright, come on. Well, we got him at least. We lost a heart, we gained a heart. Let's go get a new manual. I'm not gonna lie, there's a clear priority here for me. You want relics, then manual attacks, which is your dogs, and then you want help. Like, there's unless you are about to die, there's a very clear priority of which one is better. And it would also be nice to have some reason to choose one option over another, right? If they're both the same thing, I think we need maybe another side benefit to tell me which of these two would I like to pick. Because I'm finding I'm getting the same option twice, presented a lot of times. So some secondary modifier to influence that choice would be nice. All right. Bees. Get him, bees. All right. We'll lead these guys over here. Oh, God, like right there, I did not feel that those dogs were going to get stuck on that tree. Yeah, brutal. Having an aim indicator would be nice. Just that's so far my biggest frustration with the game is just the manual attacks just feel kind of bad. Because it's so easy to get, and not just miss your shot, but get them stuck in a position where they're not really going to be helpful. There we go. Get the freeze. Beam. Got him. Boop. Whale. All right, I'll take whale. I really want to see these things level up. I kind of wish there was a bit more of a bias towards leveling up. Rather than new ones. It feels like it's maybe completely random, and it would be great to have that more heavily weight itself towards leveling up. Marble, hey, lay down. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You love sleep. You do it all the time, all day. All right. Here we go. Only 2 dudes, and difficulty as well. Seems like it's maybe a little bit off. Sometimes I get like 2 dudes like that one, and then other times I get like 4 rock throwers and 3 shield guys, and it doesn't seem to correlate too tightly. Now we do get these charging bad guys, which are definitely, oh man, these are the scariest by far, and they seem to come in later in the fight. There we go, got him. But that seems to be about it. Okay, we got level 2 wasps. That's great. What does level 2 wasps give us? It looks the exact same as level 1 wasp. The chargers seem tough. They are very tough. More than anything just because your attack speed is really slow, right? Oh, brutal. Like, if you miss, you miss. Got him. Good. Okay, good job, wasps. Level 2 whale. Okay. Get him. It's like that last level had 2 chargers. This has 3 swordsmen, which is like nowhere near as threatening, right? And then as well having... I recognize that we do get an alternate version of the sprites when we move into level cleared form, but it would be better to have them go even more ethereal, right? To indicate, really sell to the player, hey, you can walk through these. Better yet, just destroy them, have them blow up, something to not have the player have to learn that they can walk through them, and instead it's very obvious, like a lot of the other diegetic UI is in this game. Nice. Good job, wasps. Get him. Another fox. The fundamentals are really great, like having a clear animation before he charges. Yeah, no, I mean he winds up really well. There's a lot to be said about Little Survivors, and I'm always nervous when we go into analysis mode that it's going to seem like we're just ragging on games, and that is certainly not the intention. It's 100%. Let's learn from what other people have done and hopefully provide some helpful feedback. But more than anything, let's all learn together about what is working and what we can take away from it. Because so often, especially when you're solo debbing, you don't have a lot of time to do a lot of iterations, and you kind of need to get it right quickly, because there's going to be an infinite number of things you could work on, and you're going to have to prioritize. So the more we can build up our sense of design right now... Jeez. Got him? Oh, no, he's just a floating head now. The better we are at taking care of these things before they have to go on a backlog and before they have to get prioritized against other things, right? Because doing it the first time is going to be easier than having to come back and revisit it when you've already lost all your momentum and now you just kind of want to move to the next feature, right? Got him. Cool, beat him. Defeat Mibuglax. Complete chapter 2. I would love a victory splash screen. Something to say, hey, like, this was your loadout. Even as simple as that is really nice, and a return to main menu button. Or proceed to next chapter. As well, oh, looks like we got a golden wolf now. Okay. What would be great is like a damage readout to say, hey, your dog killed 3 dudes, and your wolf hurt 7 damage worth, right? Your bees did X. Oh, jeez. It does seem like that guy is 100% guaranteed to show up at the very beginning, and I don't understand why. Like, it seems like you can just cheese it, and if you can, then it's kind of pointless, right? Oh, no, wait. Hold on. We changed the chapter. There we go. Oop. Nope, that's not gonna work. It kind of seems like Frank the Whale, but a lot less accessible. There's a lot of... Oh, hold on. Got him good. Woo! Give us what? A heart? All right. A lot of times, this is good enough. I gotta move on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. Got him. Come here, wolf. What do we get? We got gray wolf, so we got the ice wolf. I am curious what this golden wolf is. Did he find all the chaos elements? What are we looking at here? But yeah, in this game, it does seem like attack speed is king, which frequently is the case in these sort of survivors-esque genres, right? You want attack speed more than anything else because things die very quickly. So you're incentivized to just get a lot of attacks out rather than trying to farm up the strongest attack. Like right there, a little wind-up charge thing would have given me time to not have picked this if I didn't want it. Now, I did catch a sneak peek, and they were both the same options, which goes to my earlier point, but having a little wind-up would ease the amount of times this happens accidentally pretty dramatically. Ooh, I got hit. That's not good. Come on, pups. Nice. Get him. Oh, a charger. Okay. Get out. Avoid the line of sight. Get him. Nice. Got the charger. I mean, there are definitely tense moments here that it does a good job of creating. Oh, God. Brutal. Oh, man. I took 3 damage on that one. We got to go for the heart. Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Wow, what a level. What are these guys? Alchemists? What's going on here? They're gonna leave poison trails. Okay. So we're kind of introducing these new mechanics. I do hope that we get to see later on, if we beat Chapter 3, which I believe is the last chapter, if we're gonna get a version of randomizing which chapter we're in, and each chapter now has everything unlocked, because it would be a bummer if we just had to fight Chapter 3 every single time to get the content that the content that we've unlocked, because that means we're fighting the same boss over and over and over again, which is a bummer, right? It's a big bummer to have to fight that one boss. Oh, golly, I do not know how to, like, guarantee the win against this guy. Here we go. Go. Ugh. Yeah, this is a bit of a miss of a mechanic in my opinion. Just because it's so hard to get, but not in a challenging way. Like, you kind of just reset and you do the same thing over and over again until it happens to work out. Yeah. Because he starts running before you enter the screen. And I thought when I first saw this that he would start running as soon as you entered the screen. And then all of a sudden we would have, like, some play. Like, positioning matters once again, right? You can come in the right area to cut off him running away. And that would be an interesting way to engage with the mechanics. But since he goes as soon as you load in, and it's always in the same direction, it kind of removes all of the interesting potential of that mechanic. But it's a really easy thing to address. There's a lot of that kind of low-hanging fruit here, which is great, because that means, as Endo said, the fundamentals are very strong. Danzy the Goat, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well today. Okay, all right. Even the Grucks got confused about their pathing. There we go. Get him! Nice! That was a good hit. That was a good hit. Oh boy, we're doing this again, huh? All right. All right, hold on. Let me fix this. Oh boy. Where is this ban resource? Twitch banner. Yeah. All right, we're gonna jump into ads. I'll deal with these bot follows. We'll be back. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We got rid of all those bots. We're all done. Thanks for your patience there. Endo, I'm so glad that they had a good impact. That keeps me going. You know, when I get to see developers say, hey, this is actually helping me. Like, we got a very nice email from the Striving for Light survival developer saying that they implemented a lot of the UX suggestions in time for their really big patch. That is incredibly gratifying for me. So thank you to everyone who does that. That means a lot. A lot of times I feel like I'm just kind of standing here spouting off nonsense, and it's helpful to know that it is actually helping some people. So thank you. Thank you, Endo, for speaking up there. Yeah, we got like one dude here. Like, what? This balancing definitely feels more random than it does balanced, right? Like, there's not a progression of dramatic tension as we progress through the levels. We went from that last level to this level, which is obviously way scarier. We kind of only get it in the sense of enemy types being introduced, golly, but not necessarily in pacing. Get wrecked. All right, we took 2 damage there. That wasn't great. Wasn't my favorite. We got a couple of poison dudes. There we go. Get hornets. Get dogged. Which is, I guess, not a phrase I was expecting to say today. Get dogged. Oh man, the pathing on these things is so frustrating. That is my big hang up about the game so far, is simply using these animals. Now, I do know there's another character, so once we beat Chapter 3 with this guy, I want to try Chapter 3 with the other character, because I believe they have different mechanics. Like, they have different main animals that they use. They use birds instead of dogs. And supposedly that makes a fairly decent difference. So I'm curious how that shakes out. Oh man, for real. Like, he's in this space that I can't really hurt him at. Guess I can try and angle the hornets. There we go. Oh man, brutal. All right, gotta go more relics. Yeah, just the dogs let me down constantly. The cooldown's way too long on them. It's just too long for them to be useful. And they get caught on things. So, okay, that warning icon needs to be as big as the explosion radius is going to be. I need to have a solid indicator of what do I really need to avoid here. Come on. Oh, gall. Got him. All right. I mean, the reward seems like it's just a heart, which isn't going to make or break a game, but it does feel bad to have to leave that on the counter if you're not willing to reset all these times, right? Are they not wasps? Are they like cicadas? Is that what they are? And that's like a cricket noise. Going relics. Yeah, I have such little confidence in the dogs. The dogs are very strong. They have unlimited pierce. They can do a lot of great stuff. I just can't trust them. Like, that is a whole lot better than what the wasps are going to be able to do. But I just can't trust it. Okay, good. There we go. Got him. What do we get? Level 2 wasps. Okay, great. At least I'm assuming they're still wasps, even though it was a cricket sound. I'm assuming it's still a wasp. Let you charge into the trees. Knock out the shield. Wasp, get him. Nice. Ooh, just barely getting out of the way. Wasps, nice. Okay, that was a clean room. Clean room. Oh, like right there. Like, why did they hit the tree there? Maybe even extending some grace on that, because... Oh, that feels terrible. All right. Bring you guys out of there. Get into a good vantage position. And I would be less worried about, got him. Whew. I'd be less worried about the dog's ability to navigate things if it was on a shorter cooldown, right? Okay, Hidao, good to see you. Little Survivors, more like Bloody Survivors. It's very bloody, yeah. What is going on in this game? Do we have a boomerang dog? So we have 2 dogs right now, and they are, I call them to me, and they eat everything in their path. These Glurks have stolen all of our animals, and we are trying to get them back. So we are going just full John Wick on this. Thanks, alligators. Big-nosed alligators. Level 2 sheep. I honestly don't like the sheep. They're kind of actively harmful, in my opinion. So yeah, this is a Survivors-like game that is a first Steam release from this developer. And I think there's a lot to learn from. Like, I think the scope that they've delivered on is fantastic. I think they have a unique and interesting interaction mechanic. I mean, it's even not really all that unique. There are lots of games that have this kind of call the ball to you to deal damage sort of mechanics, but it's rare that we see that as kind of the principal mechanic, right? And I think that's a strong point for the game. Level 3 sheep. Do you have to get out of their way because they eat without discrimination? No, they do not eat me. And they fall asleep, they're vicious. Every level is random? Yes. Although we have noticed repeats in like the level design. So I think the obstacles are, there's like templates. And then the enemy spawn points, what spawns into them is randomized. So you kind of pick from a bunch of pre-generated things. All right, we got level 3 wasps. Good. Although I have yet to really notice what that is doing. The only thing I can assume that it's doing is cooldown. Bows? We have bows now. Did he shoot a sword at me? All right, level 4 wasps. Great. Yeah, it is the exact same. It's gotta just be cooldown. It's gotta just be cooldown. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, see, and like right there, they didn't even hit. And the arrows go through obstacles? That's no fair. Jiminy. I'm kind of just trying to wreck through all the obstacles so I can actually have a play space here. There we go, got one. Oh, I took a damage there. That's a bummer. Okay. Grab the heart. So we can at least come out net neutral and get obliterated. Okay. I guess we'll go for animal. I do want to try and find the golden dog, which we unlocked. Sounds like a very well-scoped first game. Yes, 100%. And that's the big thing that I'm loving about this is the scope. I think it's really easy. I mean, it's certainly easy for me to say, well, I shouldn't make a Survivors clone because that's what like everyone's making right now. It won't sell. But people are making them for a lot of really good reasons. And no, it may not necessarily have as big of a market as Vampire Survivors had because of it being first. It's still a very solid thing to build for your first game. Get something released and out there, especially if you're trying to get a job in the game industry. This is a fantastic portfolio piece. You can show to studios and say, look, I have created this, and you're going to go to the top of interview lists, right? One recommendation, I want to call out the dog's name by Thor, Rocky. I want to call out the dogs by name. So, like, instead of the whistle, have it, like, say, hey, Thor, Rocky. Oh. Taste your own medicine. Melt a Glurk Druid with acid. 8.3% of players. Shattered, kill a frozen Glurk. Okay. So I guess that's what the golden dog does. It's brutal. It's acid. Okay. Level 4 sheep. Ugh. All right. Yeah, the sheep is cool and all, but also very not cool. Like, I'd much rather just have an attack. Oh, this level is... That was a really annoying level. Anytime when there's a bunch of trees, it's kind of just, you're gonna have a bad time. Come on. I don't know what the secret is here to get this guy reliably. I mean, I'm clearly moving as soon as we load in. Let's see. Hold on. I'm missing some chat here. Correct. Okay. Although, question, you might have mentioned this already. You have multiple doggos, but it does not look like it is easy to position them in places where they could do more damage or combo. You are correct. Otherwise, they act more like an upgraded ball that does more damage. I think it would be more fun if you can put the dogs in different places and watch them all come in from different angles to deal damage. Yeah. So you have one button to call all of your animals. Although I guess I haven't, like, tried. I haven't tried pressing number buttons. Hey, we got him. Nice. Although I don't think he gave me anything. Can I press 2? No, I can't. Yeah, so positioning is the most important part of a survivors-like game. And I, as I've said before, I think it's very clever how they brought positioning into the main mechanic with calling the dogs in to do the attacking, right? You have to be very intentional about your positioning and think ahead. And I think that's all really strong. The big problem I have are the trees, because the trees are indestructible objects that your dogs get stuck on constantly, and it's deeply frustrating. Oof. And there's not really a great way to deal with it, right? I don't have like a summon animals to me without attacking button, right? I don't have a teleport the animal to me button. So trying to navigate them around, especially the more complex levels, which you saw when I died, and like even here, this is going to be really annoying to have to run my animals around. Because I just don't have the tool set to... There we go, okay. To move them around like that, right? So I think that would be an interesting way to deal with it. Prodigal is allowing a little bit more granular control over what you are calling versus not. I think that would be an interesting take. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, okay, great. I think the dog should slide a bit beyond the point from where you invoke them. Yes. Them stopping instantly on the point where you call them kills the momentum too quickly and it feels incomplete. I agree. And I also want an aim tracker, right? I want, when I have all these dogs on the screen, I want to have the little dotted lines coming to me when I'm holding in the attack button to tell me what are they going to hit if I let go. Because otherwise, it's kind of impossible sometimes to determine what is actually happening. Okay. So yeah, they've done a lot of really... I think that's kind of my final thoughts as far as experiential side, and I'll stop harping on about it. Is they've done a lot of really cool stuff diegetically that feels fantastic. Like, they've done a lot of really cool stuff in that regard. There are some areas that are missteps, and especially in terms of control to the player, that need to be amended. And I think those are easy fixes, to be fair. I think those will lead to a much better product that is a lot more usable and that lets people have more fun kind of exploring the different reward options. Because right now, I'm mostly avoiding picking up main attack pets because they just seem so unreliable. It would help that one enemy where you have were trying to get early if the dog kept moving a bit beyond. Yeah, absolutely. I think you called it making the trees destructible would help a lot. Yeah, and I understand wanting something more permanent, right? Because that does introduce more interest. But even just having them have 2 health instead of 1, like the pillars do, I think you would still get the effect while also making things a whole lot more usable. Now, I could be wrong on that, and that may go against the designer's original intention. But for me, it's a pretty clear option. All right, sounds good. Thanks, Prodigal, for the lurk. Appreciate you. Come on. Also, when you have multiple dogs lined up like that, they tend to combine their attacks, right? So they all hit the same thing at the same time, instead of like hitting the shield with 2 dogs should kill the shield guys, right? But it doesn't. It just removes the shield, which feels pretty bad. I guess alerts are off. Oh, they are off. Yes, add a hat. You got it. We had to turn them off because we got botted. We got follow botted. So sun hat with a bow. Oh. You got it, Prodigal. Thanks so much. Hey, this guy New Zealand. So good to see you, friend. How are you today? We're doing very well, thank you. The Tesla. No, we turned off all alerts because we got like 50 bot follows in 2 minutes. So always stylish. Well, it's only thanks to viewers like you. You only have yourselves to thank for this. Wow, really? And those arrows go by so fast. They are nearly impossible to avoid. Okay, break through. Damage there. See, like, oh. I'm not a big fan of the archers. I'm not gonna lie. Archers in games like this are always gonna be the bane of the player because they have no limit to what they can shoot. So they can shoot from anywhere to anywhere usually, or with a very limited range, but they don't have like a minimum range they have to be. So if you try and get in on an archer or a projectile character, then they can shoot you when you're right away from them and all of your counterplay is disabled, which doesn't feel great. And once again, balance is just a little bit off. Like that last level going to this one, totally different, right? Totally different. Like this is a beginning level. And that last one was impossible. Nice to see you. You as well. Jeez, now we're into here. Okay, do we have any archers I need to deal with? Yeah, we got this archer here. So, man, I had to take the risk. Oh my gosh, those archers. I'm telling you, dude. The archers are kind of sapping the joy of the game out for me. I like that they exist. I like that there is an archer. Because I think that's needed enemy variety. But it feels really bad that they hit you so easily and you have so few movement tools available to you. All right, got it. 2D Fighter, good to see you on YouTube. Honest Rogue, hello, welcome in. How are we doing today? That was bad. That was a bad decision on my part. That was an example of just poor positioning from me. All right, freeze you, call the dog. There we go. I think we gotta go for health. Yeah, how you doing, 2D Fighter? How you doing, Honest Rogue? How's Kobu the Tree Spirit going? I keep on seeing your shorts that you're putting out. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, there we go, okay. Just barely. Yeah, being able to pick which dog I send just by pressing number key would be great. Now, the problem is that doesn't scale with controllers. Or mobile, which is a problem, right? You only have so many buttons to assign to pets on a controller. And so if you get like 10 active pets, which I don't know why you would, because that seems like you're wasting a bunch of things. Seems like you're losing a bunch of stuff. Clear hats, Endo, you got it. Thank you. What's our hat hair like today? All right, there we go. There we go. Be something good, bot. Oh, yeah. Cool. Right on. 2D Fighter, Darkest Dungeon, and Rogue Legacy 2 are on sale. I just got them. I'm going to give it first try today after I try Tekken 8. Nice, 2D Fighter. That's awesome. Very cool. Those are both classics. Although I admit, I haven't actually played Rogue Legacy 2. I've only played the first one. And I kind of got bogged down by the grind. Artemis, sit. Good girl. I made it pretty far in Rogue Legacy 1, but I never beat it. I think I'm just kind of bad at those kinds of games. All right, let's let you guys get eaten by alligators. Here we go. Got it. Hello, what is your name? Mlepnos. How do you spell it? M-L-E Clay. Did you say Clay? Clay is silent. What? Oh boy, Memphis. How you doing, Memphis? Hope all's well. Oh my, that is a lot of druids. So, rooms like this, I'm not a huge fan of, just because, once again, our fire rate is so low that trying to chew through obstacles is a massive pain. And once again, both those dogs hit the same pillar instead of smashing through one and getting another. So, like, it's kind of artificially difficult to smash through the pillars as well, right? See, there. That's what it should do. It should... If I summon two dogs, they should smash through two pillars. Spent most of my free time today wasting on something in my game where I tried to refactor. It didn't work. I mean, I hear you. That can be frustrating. I've definitely been there. But the important thing is I'm sure you learned, right? Like yesterday with my overlay, I learned a great way to not build what I built. I learned, do not mess with the root node in Godot. Just leave it alone. And that's going to help me in all future stuff. So it's not like directly benefiting me right now, but in every future thing that I build, I'm going to have that helping me out. Okay, Hideo, am I a football fan? I'm not really. I live very football adjacent to many friends and family members, but I would not self-describe as a football fan, no. Although I have been known to partake of the balls in the footing balls, the sports balls. I've been known to observe a sports ball on occasion. Why do you ask? I feel like my game is so close to an MVP, so I can push it to itch. Nice, but I work so slowly after a while on a project. Beginning is fast. Yeah, and that's normal. That's totally normal. You are always going to feel like you're making faster progress at the very beginning of your project. That's why, especially if you're like first time developing something, you start to think, oh man, I'm like 70% of the way there. I have bad news for you. You were about 30 to 40% of the way there. And that last 30% takes a whole lot longer than you think it's going to, and you're probably going to learn a lot that's going to make you go back and revisit some older stuff as well. So it's hard. That first part is easy. You're excited, you're jammed, you're moving forward. And then the last part where it all comes together and becomes a game, that's the hard part. That's the really hard part. And so that's why game jams, while they're really good for a lot of reasons, do kind of engender a bad attitude as far as that goes. Because you don't get to that part. You never get to that part with a game jam. So you don't have the experience of wading through that messy middle to get the project done. But what you're going through is completely normal. Completely normal. Again, it's such a bummer too that the armadillos die on trees, right? They don't just like move through them or bounce off of them. Like, they just die. Like, trees are so punishing. We have level 3 armadillo, though. It is weird that we get 3 armadillos that are level 3 instead of 1 level 3 armadillo. I guess it's to represent each of their individuals' cooldowns. So I can kind of understand that, but it does go against other convention like we get with the wasp, for example. Man, if you're going to have all of my stuff break through trees, make these guys arrows break through trees. Like, come on. Let's have some consistency. Oh, man. Get him, get him, get him. Oh, thank heavens. Archers are horrifying. What do we get there? We got a level 2 wasp, I guess? Utah's been doing well, so I thought you might be a fan. That is not an unreasonable thing to assume. So when you say Utah has been doing well, are you talking BYU? Because BYU has been having a really good football season for, like, once. Get him, get him, get him. Good. Now we got swords left. Good. Great. Clean room. Sheep. The sheep and the fox we talked about before, they're kind of... They compete against each other, which is a bummer. Oh, man. What's the best approach route? We got to go in from the top. We got to try and snipe the archer out. All right, we are jumping into ads. College football, yeah. Yeah, BYU's been having a good season. I believe they just knocked out K-Tech? Jeez. Oh, God. At least we got the archer. That's the big global threat that just needed to die. Come on, get eaten by the arc. Okay. Got the druid. Let's get these rock throwers. Okay. Okay, good. And then we just got to deal with the charger. Yeah, come on in, charge. You can do it. Both BYU and Utah, although Utah just got their first loss. Oh, yeah? Ooh, top hat. All right. We did it. We beat this. We're going to get the top hat on. We'll be back after the ads. All right, welcome back. So I opened up our little chest here. We got a level 3 wasp. Let's keep going. Oh, we were at the boss. Oh, lovely. Oh, look at this guy. Okay, we got some eyeballs. These just projectiles. Oh. So we're good. Okay. Missy, you gotta calm it down. We're in boss fight territory. Come on. So I'm wondering if each of these guys has their own health. Will they like fall down a totem pole style? Oh. I didn't see like one disappear. Oh, there we go. So maybe they were just stacked so high. Oh, wow. Ouch. Brutal. Oh my gosh, this thing is really... Okay, I like the idea, though, of the, like, they're cascading down. That's kind of fun. Because you get a lot of attack targets, which is very satisfying. But then the behavior of the boss is changing as they fall, and you can even try and time it so that, like, the hands guys die higher up. And that could be kind of fun. Oh, brutal. Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's a lot going on here. One thing that would be nice is to have a way to find more health. That is definitely a defined quantity, and in like big boss fights, you're dealing with so much, you know, it can be nice to the player to have a way to survive it. Armadillo is just not really accomplishing much here. I mean, he does a lot of damage, but it's hard to get him to hit. Okay, come on. There we go, good dogs. You know, on a boss fight that is this long, right? I don't think it would be a bad idea to have, you know, halfway through, one of the big guys drops a heart when he dies, right? I don't think that would be unreasonable. Also, it would be good to have a bit of a payoff at the very top. It looks like it's more of the same. I was kind of expecting, like, the main character to be at the top. The main baddie. Okay. Looking good. I'm liking the fight overall. I think there's a lot to... No! It didn't even make it onto the screen. Okay. Okay. We're doing one more run! Oh, man, I was engrossed in the fight, you know? You gotta focus on that one. We can leave it a mystery for now. That'll build the anticipation for when we get back there again. I can't believe that happened. Oh, boy. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, once we finish the map, just take the cooldowns off on the active. Like, you're already letting me walk through the obstacles. Just take the cooldowns away. All right. Here we go. That was a clean line. And then we can get another clean line right here. Or not. Oh, and now he's going to get stuck on the tree, right? Good. Armadillo. Good job. So this game is focused around doing fast runs, right? There are a lot of ways we can tidy this up to make the runs even faster and a little bit kinder to the player. Not even in terms of balance, but just in terms of respecting their time a little bit more, right? Get him. Yeah, let's go heart. I don't, you know, especially once you get some of the special dogs. Holy crap! Look at this room! This is floor 5! Okay. Yeah, once you get a couple of dogs, it does seem a little bit ineffective to get more dogs. Come on, get him! Oh, missed that one. We can start going over here, though. If we die here, we'll go ahead and try with the other character. Because I do want to try that out. Alright, there's our reward. There's the heart, at least. Let's free you. Get eaten. Pull you up. Get eaten. Get eaten. There we go. All right. That was a big room. Big room. Bunch of druids. All right, that's just fine. Druids are kind of annoying because their poison makes it so you can't really walk into them at all, but they're not too bad. I'll definitely take druids over archers any day. And they're kind of passive, right? They don't really target the player. So we can just position with our relics, and then we don't even have to get on the other side of them. Got him. Got him. Get Armadillo out here. There we go. Easy game. Whale. Whale would have been great. Whale's gonna be great for the boss fight. Got him. Did I? Oh, there's the heart. It's hiding behind the trees. That is nearly invisible. Increasing the visibility there would be appreciated. All right. I only realize now that these are 3D models. Yeah, they are. It's a 2.5D sort of situation, which is very cute. You know, I mean, I think like you mentioned, they have a very consistent and deliberate aesthetic, and that is a lot harder than you may expect, especially for a solo dev. Eat him. Level 2 whale, good. I'd love to get level 4 whale. I want to see really what the whale does when it levels up. I'm assuming it gets bigger, but come on, dude, that hits? Those hitboxes are outrageous. All right, maybe I can try and get wasps to fly through the trees at him. Oh man. Yeah, once again, if the arrows are going to go through the trees, let my wasps go through the trees. If my wasps can't go through the trees, don't let their arrows go through them. Like, just let's... I'm feeling a need for more consistent behavior so I, as the player, can know what to expect a little bit better. Oh, boy. What a mess. There we go. Got those two. Good. Okay, we broke through. Good. Okay. Good. Woo! Oh, that was a very scary room. That was a scary, scary room. And then just like 3 normal sword dudes. Alright, level 3 whale. Yes, that is definitely bigger, right? I think it's bigger. Do we have any archers on here? I don't believe so. It's all melee. Oh, except for the rock thrower. Okay. I thought that was a rock. I thought the whale was a rock. Oh, gosh. Okay, everything's fine. Oh, whew, that was really close. That was more luck than anything else. We got him frozen. That's good. Nice. All right, how can I get at these guys more easily? We got our dogs all the way over here. Let's bring them up. There we go. It is It is really satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. When your character starts to kind of come online and you're making these big blood splatters everywhere and you're taking down dudes without even like seeing what's going on, like it does key into that survivor's like dopamine effect. But it's almost more puzzle-like because of how slow and how constrained the levels are. So it's a lot less of, oh dear. Yes, good. It's a lot less giant dopamine overwhelming, as much as it is a more deliberate, puzzly sort of survivors that you still get some good sense of progression from. Cubus, great to see you, friend. How are you today? Alright. I got high hopes for Whale here. Level 4 Whale, let's go! Nice! Man, I'm not convinced that the whale actually is getting bigger. It might just be cooldown. Okay, alright, this boss is going a lot better than last time. You reduces the cooldown? Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, go. We're doing great. We got 4 health left. Chewing down the boss. Whale is doing great work. Pull that up. So yeah, now you guys can see what I was talking about before. I like this boss. I think it's an interesting boss. I like the different segments. Bringing different attacks, it kind of makes the boss self-adaptive. And you can even sort of self-select what things you're okay with being on the screen by making sure you're targeting them more. I think that's an interesting approach that I'm sure exists somewhere, but it doesn't feel very common. Like, nothing's coming to my mind of something that does something like this. I will say, those hands are 100% the scariest part of this guy. Their hit targets are so big. Okay. I got kind of stuck there. Get him! Get the hands! Get the hands! Man, this is not good. Oh my gosh, it is so hard. The hands, man. It's all the hands. The hands did nearly every single damage there. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's swap characters. Let's see what we get here. So we're laying eggs, which are landmines. Oh, but they're not mines. They're time delay. Okay, that's going to be tricky. And we only start with 1 heart. Brutal. Oops, die from your own bomb. 29% of players have that. It's not going to be possible to get that, dude. That's straight up not going to work. You cannot get that cage with bird. Your mines hurt you. Yeah. Yes, you hurt yourself. So we have 2 birds now. Does that mean I can lay 2 mines? Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Interesting. Let's see how this goes. Got him. So I do feel a lot more empowered with this character, to be fair, right? I just have to be constantly moving. Okay, 3 birds. Oh, does she have a... What's on her? Is that a cochlear implant on the other side of her head, or is it just hair? No, it's definitely not just hair. There's something going on over there. I don't know if it's a cochlear implant or not. It'd be interesting if it was. I mean, that's the sort of representation you don't typically see. Like a little character detail that is not very common in games. Okay. Got a bee. go. Great. Level 2 whale. All right. More birds. Why not? Let's just lay all the mines. Yeah, the iframes on things last a lot longer than they appear to. Wow, that's a lot of baddies. Jeez. I mean, I feel way more deadly. I'm not gonna lie. I feel way more deadly, way more able to do what I need to do to beat a level. No bows yet. I think this is chapter 1 as well. So I think each character has their own chapters. Yeah, the hurt box on those mines lasts forever, dude. Okay, if we're past the level, nothing is hurting me anymore. I can walk through the obstacles. Let my mines not kill me. Let my mines not kill me, please. And like right there, like he was clearly in a normal state and then walked straight through the bomb, which feels bad. The frustration is gone. Yes, with an asterisk. So, okay, I find the dogs more fun to play with than these mines. I think I need some sort of modifier on the mines. Like, I'm curious to see what other birds are going to start introducing into the mix, what Act 2 and Act 3 birds would bring. I think that would maybe bring a lot of variety in, which would be really needed. But it's also kind of been replaced with frustration of friendly fire, especially like right here when I'm just not really considering that I'm going to get hurt, right? All context of danger is gone. Whale OP. Whale is pretty good. It's weird though because it spawns where you are, and it doesn't seem to have as big of an effect that I feel like I can use it offensively. I feel like it's like if it's going to kill something, it just kind of happens. Just because the splash effect is not big enough to really keep me safe from danger while I use it, if that makes sense. And that's why I was really hoping for the whale to get bigger with levels rather than reduced cooldown, because that would enhance its utility pretty dramatically. But reduced cooldown, I mean, I guess that also helps. It just feels like I can't really leverage it intentionally still. It's kind of more of an accidental, oh, something got close enough that the whale could hurt me, but I also don't want things to be that close to begin with. I wish enemies had a chance to drop cards and could play a card game in town, but that's just me. Oh, Endo. Oh, Endo. How's the 3D card magic coming? All right, that was a clean room. I do feel a lot more powerful, for what it's worth. Like, I feel way more powerful than the other one, because I'm just not getting stuck on stuff. He said as he immediately gets stuck on everything. Yeah, that was not good. That was really bad. Can these go through trees? Are they big enough to go through trees? Well, they could go through the pillar at least. There we go. Oh man, we desperately need some hearts. I'll let you know in 2 years when I get to it. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Grab. No, don't kill myself. Jeez. Oh, man. Because I don't want to move away and then move back to pick the thing up, right? Oh, God. All right. What could I have even done there? All right, we're gonna do one more run here. One more run with Bird Lady. See if we can get past this here. That felt really bad. That felt like the boss just stomped on me and there was not a lot I could do about it. I don't know what the counterplay was there, right? It also would be good to swap out that like begging animal sound effect. If we're doing the birds, swap it out from the wolf whine to a sort of bird chirping type of thing. There we go, got it. Every time. I'm gonna blast myself every single time. My goodness. Constant sound explosion sound effects, everything's fine. Yeah. Oh man. Alright. Whale. I'll take whale. You know, it's also worth noting that, yeah, I wish there were more relics and everything, but they kept their scope down and they released a game. That's more than I've done, right? I think that's a really important thing. And honestly, it's also worth mentioning a low scope game is really good for kids. I get this is not a kid's game, obviously, because of all the blood, but like, it's worth looking into doing kids games because you get to do a lot less in order to accomplish a lot more with kids. My daughter is obsessed with a game called King Boo, and it's like $2. There was not a whole lot I could do to avoid that. A dash would be nice. Some extra mobility option. She's obsessed with King Boo. It was just a few dollars, and I'm sure it took a developer not a whole bunch of time. It is literally just you're moving this little ghost around, and you pick up coins that then unlock a gate, and then you walk through the gate. And then all the levels are just variations on that. And that's pretty much the entire mechanics of the game. So definitely worth considering doing children's versions of things. That's the most incredible thing. Releasing a game is impossible. It is. It genuinely, releasing a game is deadly difficult. And this is coming from someone, Endo. Endo has released a game and is working on their second game. So, like, it's the voice of experience here. All right. We need to get ahead of this guy. What do I do here? Oh, man, that was so tight. With the wolves, if I have some foresight, then I can deal with long corridors and turn them to my advantage. With the bird, I don't have quite so... Oh, man. And you see the explosion hit him when he was in normal state and it didn't kill him. That's a bummer. That's such a bummer. So overall, I really like a lot of what I'm seeing in Little Survivors. I'm probably going to keep playing it, honestly. Because I want to see what the other unlocks are. And that's another really important thing that we can learn from this, is getting unlocks really extends your playtime. Like, I really want to see what the other birds are. I want to beat Act 3. I want to see what happens there. So, I'm bummed we didn't get to beat Act 3. If only I could just get good. But, alas, here we are. This has been a lot of fun. I think we learned a lot of cool lessons. I think this is another really good example of diegetic game experience. I think it's a good example of simple refinement to controls and interaction patterns can have really big benefits. I think there's a lot to take out of this. So thank you very much for sending this my way, Varelian, and incredible congratulations for getting this published on Steam. There is a demo you can check out right now, and it is on sale for $6. A cool $6. Definitely go give it a check. It's worth your time, I think. And I think it has a lot that we can learn from and that we can study in order to learn how do we get our first game released, right? So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and raid out. Thank you so much for joining us all here today. It's been such a pleasure to have you here. Let's go ahead and raid into Code Rad. We never get to raid into Code Rad. Working on the fantastic Rogue Blight, which is a Dark Soul, 2D Dark Souls roguelike. It's really well done. I've playtested it a few times. It's absolutely worth your time. Thanks for the stream. You're so very welcome. Thank you all of you for being here. Thank you courtesy of Endo, Honest Rogue Games, Cubus, Nemphis, Mothman, This Guy New Zealand, Prodigal Son, K Hadao, 2D Fighter, scroll up, Alpha, great to see you as well, Fuzzy Buzzy, Dermo, Daniel Pancake, Virite, Code Cuber, thank you all of you for being in here. This Guy New Zealand, thank you so much, appreciate you. And let's go hang out with Code Rad. As a reminder, we do have our jam starting just next month, so make sure you check out the jam and sign up if you have not already. We have some incredible prizes from very talented people. I think it's going to be a great time. With that being said, thank you so